What is that? Percentage of holding. 37.5% for parent, 62.5% for others, non-controlling interest, net worth. So apply 37.5% on 3,80,000. Hmm? 142,500. $261,250. 14,250. Okay. So we will use this information a little later. So it is worked out and kept separately. Are you understanding? Shall I proceed? Shall I proceed? See, this area would be requiring a little more thoughtful process. Any amount of loss of focus will have a very big impact. So, let us just go a little slowly here. Don't copy, because I will write one, cancel it out and change it. Equity, share capital, general reserve, profit and loss account, then revaluation, loss, excess, depreciation, stock reserve. Sir, how do I know all these matters to be updated? We have done this adjustment. We should know where to be placed. Next thing, unconsciously when you have to do, you have to do lots of practice. The second problem itself, don't expect that you need to reach the peak. If you have a feeling that it is a little tough, it is a normal feeling. If you are just getting that sort of feeling, it is a normal feeling. So don't get the impression library is having comfortable feeling, I am having a different sort of feeling. It is not like that. Everybody, we have like that only. In order that I should not go wrong, I have just done this problem once. And the past notebook, what my just daughter's notebook, I have just kept. Say, I want perfection, I don't want to just scratch my head by leaving one adjustment unattended. So, the same care only what you are taking, I will also be taking. So, but initially I will do one thing, as a student would be doing. And when we revisit, then we will know where we would commit that mistake and rectify. But under examination condition, I am not saying that you have got to do like this. But there is a chance that people would just ignore it, and possibly when they revisit the adjustment, then they will come to know that they have committed the mistake and they will rectify. Now I know, I can straight away do this. What is that we will be doing? First one, 20 lakhs. And 20 lakhs. See, people just get low marks, not that they do not know. They forget about a particular adjustment, they fail to carry out that. Now, the question is that the normal tendency is that we will copy from the solution, that is from the problem, and we will update. Here there is one problem that we have. What is the problem that we have? Bonus issue. Bonus issue. I know that. I can straight away punch it like a sire, and you might have a feeling that whether I will remember it. Don't worry about that. Let it be 20 lakhs. General reserve, it was 2 lakhs and it is 4 lakh 20,000. Am I right? 4 lakh 20,000. Now watch, as the rectification what we carry out, don't make any copy. That is why I told you, don't make any copy, just watch out. Now, I am carrying out this bonus issue journal entry. If I do that, this I will make it out as 0, nil. And because of this journal entry, this 4,20,000 will become 2,20,000. I will make this as 22 lakhs. Are you clear, all of you? It was there in the balance sheet only as 20 lakhs. We have passed the journal entry, we have pulled it out from general reserve and planted it on equity capital. So straight away this you should have in your mind and update. So I have done it as 20 lakhs and then we have made this rectification. But under examination condition you have to straight away take it up but show within brackets. 20 lakhs plus 2 lakhs. Here it is 4.2 lakhs minus 2 lakhs. You are reminded, okay, from here you have just got it. Okay. Now, your profit and loss account. Now you can copy, no problem. From your profit and loss account, 1 lakh. Four lakh 62,000. How is it we have just got here? Not 5,62,000. 6 lakhs minus 38k. I told you that you have to pick all these from the balance sheet. But from the balance sheet, how much was the figure? You have 6 lakhs. But here I am updating 5,62,000. 38,000 rupees on account of para number 27. I have deducted this separately and taken into a separate table. Are you understanding? So these are the things that they test under examination conditions. So for your sake I can do some simple problems and alleviate. But who will face the music? So in the classroom when it is sweating, no problem. We should sit in the examination hall cool, even in the summer. Shall I proceed? Revaluation loss. A lakh in the negative. Excess depreciation 20,000. Then stock reserve 8,000 in the negative. What you take in this table is very important for processing. So take extra care, think for a moment and then update. Once it is updated, it is like mixie, it will crush and give the final answer. Any difficulty, please let me know. Correct. Correct. I will get 4,62,000 for you. But here it is only 5,62,000. Where 4,62,000, here it will be 4,62,000. That is revenue profit. Firstly, by mistake, I have planted 4,62,000. So, that was by mistake. I picked the wrong information. I picked 4,62,000 from here. I should have picked only from here. See, instead of picking up from here, I picked it from here. And I have rectified that it is 5,62,000. Are you understanding? How come? Means? They are not considered in the books of accounts. We are just making all these entries. As how bonus issue we have taken up, likewise we are doing. Dash dash 2,20,000 dash dash 20,000 dash 8,000. Correct? percentage 75, 25, 75, 75. Net worth. Investments. Lot 1 and Lot 2. 9,50,000, 8 lakhs, 17 lakhs, 40,000. Then pre-acquisition dividend. How much was that? 70,000. When I am deducting it here, I ought to deduct it from here also. So 16 lakhs, 80,000, which results in a goodwill of 30,000. Correct? Shall I proceed? Then, brought forward on preference share capital. We have done at the top, no? Now you got to pull it down. What we had? So, there we have just worked only to the extent of 142, 500, 261, 250, 14, 270. So now I have to bring in there. I will keep that. How much? 142, 500, 261, 250, 14, 250. This is the net worth from there. Then investments in preference share capital. How much was that investment we have made in preference share capital? 3 lakh 10,000. Goodwill. $167,500 is goodwill. So total goodwill minority interest and RR and RP as of now. What is that? You have to take up 30,000 and 167,500, 197,500. Minority interest. These two numbers we got to pick up. How much? 723,500 plus 261, 250. 984, 750. 1,65,000. 355,500 minus 70,000 plus 14, 250. 299, 750. Without taking into consideration parents figure. Parents, RR and RP. Dash, dash. How much is that? 5,50,000 and 10 lakhs. I hope that all of you are knowing as how this number we have got. There are two goodwills that you had, minority interest 2, from there we have picked up. Now, after that, proposed preference dividend and equity dividend. This is what I told you. Towards the end I will explain. Remember, dividends in holding and subsidiary are 15% and 10%. 15% for parent and 10% for subsidiary for the year 13-14. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Say, people might have a feeling, sir, already we have deducted 38,000 rupees. 38,000 rupees, correct. From whose profit and loss account? From subsidiary's profit and loss account. Do you have preference share capital in parent? Yes, we do have 7 lakhs. When you are paying equity dividend, don't you feel that preference dividend for parent also to be paid? Yes, I got to pay. It is not stated that you have got to pay for that. When you have deducted it for subsidiary, can you keep it quite for parent and then deduct equity for parent? Are you understanding? So, you should provide for preference dividend for parent also. Because I can't have a profit and loss account of subsidiary company which suffered a preference dividend and parent company without suffering for preference dividend. I do give same effect only. The group should have the same policy. Can I proceed? Shall I? So, preference dividend. How much is that? 70,000. Within brackets. Correct? Then, what is the percentage here? 15%. 15% on 48 lakhs. Seven lakh 20,000. Correct? No. Now, we have got to be very, very careful. Now I am going to make some alteration to minority interest column. In subsidiary company, I have not deducted anything. I have applied 15% only for parent. 10% on subsidiary, I have not made any work. See, here is a place where, think for a moment, coolly. If dividend is to be declared by subsidiary company, who will be the recipient of the dividend? Shareholders. Who are shareholders? Parent and minority interest. By deducting it from profit and loss account, it will go to parent and minority interest. By not deducting that also, it is already there with parent and minority interest. If you deduct also, for parent share, it should go to profit and loss account of the parent. And for minority share, it will go to minority interest. By not deducting also, it is very well with parent's share in P&L account and minority share in the revenue profit. So, by doing it extra, you are expecting one particular effect. The same effect is already there by not doing it. Why should I do it? Are you understanding what I am telling? If I water the plant, it is growing. By not watering the plant, it is growing. Then the question is asked. What is the question we are asking? Why should I water it? So the tree is so big where the roots are deep down. It is not dependent on your water. It is taking the water on its own from the earth. Likewise, I am telling, if I deduct what effect I will be in a position to reach, that effect I have already reached by not deducting. Therefore, I am saying, why at all we should deduct. Therefore, I will not do any operation as far as subsidiaries preference dividend is concerned, or equity dividend and both. But we will have one problem. What is the sort of problem? If I have to report proposed preference dividend for the group as a whole, how much I should disclose as proposed preference dividend? Parents preference share capital 10% I got to take up. Subsidiaries preference dividend in which outsiders interest are also there. That I have to report. Same way, if I have to report proposed dividend of equity capital, it is the proposed dividend of the parent's equity capital plus proposed dividend of minority interest of subsidiary I have to report. Are you understanding, all of you? I cannot disclose only parent's preference share capital dividend as proposed preference dividend for the group. I cannot report proposed equity dividend of the parent alone, because I got to pay to minority interest also, both in preference as well as in equity. So these two items are hidden in preference. These two items are hidden in minority interest. And what is that you should do? Deduct from minority interest and show them separately. Are you understanding, all of you? Now let me repeat once again the discussion. If I have to report the group proposed preference dividend, we should not report only for the preference dividend of the parent alone. The group as a whole would be requiring to pay the parent's preference share capital preference dividend as well as the minorities holding on the preference share capital of subsidiary. The same way, proposed equity dividend of the group is not the equity dividend to the shareholders of parent alone, even for minority also to whom they got to pay. So therefore, if you want to disclose proposed preference dividend, you have to take up parent's preference dividend plus subsidiaries preference dividend attributable to minority interest. Then equity dividends payable is equal to equity dividend payable to equity shareholders of the parent plus equity dividend payable to minority interest of subsidiary. Are you understanding? Now, what is to be paid to minority interest preference shareholders? Minority interest on equity shareholders are hidden under minority interest. So what we need to do is that we have to pull out from minority interest and show against group proposed preference dividend and group proposed equity dividend. Are you understanding, all of you? It's not difficult. So to go a little deep into the subject and pull out all this. Are you understanding? Now we will do that. What is that working that we have got to go about? We have got to deduct two items from here. We will show that separately computation. So on this 10% on 3,80,000 into 62.5%. 10% into 3.8 lakhs, 3.8 lakhs into 62.5%. Then here it is 10% on 20 lakhs only we will take up, because this bonus shares which you are issued now will qualify for dividend only in the future. This is for the current period preference equity dividend into 25%. Always remember the dividend related to subsidiary company, you have got to do it towards the end. Now CFS figure 1,97,500 goodwill. Check it up. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, 165 I have not taken. How much? 1 lakh? 7 lakh 14. Actually, sorry. So this is consolidated general reserve, and here we have got to take up all this. Now check up with your adjustments. Profit and loss account taken, 10% pre-acquisition dividend taken, then bonus shares taken, bills receivable will be taken towards the end, then it is upstream sales, motor vehicle we have taken up, dividend also we have taken up. Only one matter is kept pending. What is that one matter that is kept pending? Consolidated balance sheet is kept pending. I will just give you 5 minutes time. Please consolidate and find out whether your calculator is working nice or not. And when you are doing so, your proposed preference dividend parent 70,000, minority interest 23,750, it will be 93,750, then proposed equity dividend parent 7,20,000, minority interest 50,000, 7,70,000, so it is 863,750. Group proposed dividend, both preference and equity together, 863,750. Say I am just drawing out in a classroom for easy purposes the traditional T form of balance sheet. Just for the sake of easy computation, we will see both sides, no? Okay, for that convenience I am just doing. But under examination condition you have to do it vertical form. Microsoft is working this. What is that? Balance sheet is agreeing. Such set okay. So liability set okay. That's it. So now it is 1 o'clock. Only 2 problems we have done from the start, from 9:30 till this moment. So want to know the solution? I will just wait for you to complete. So I want to know what is there in the Institute Study Material Practice Manual. So the test of index for all this would be your goodwill. So I will show you what is there. Here it is 947, 500 no. 947, 500. So 96, 14, 500, they would have knocked off certain assets and liabilities. So what is very important is this match. Is that clear? That's all. So they went on to develop with separate working notes. This and all not possible under examination condition as they print. This creates a lot of heartburn, and people just don't rely mostly on our institute way of presentation. It becomes very difficult to attack under examination condition with so many details. Just look at so many pages had gone only for this solution. So what a student will understand? We are into 4th page, 4 pages, printed pages, with so much schedule and all that. Go by this way. Are you clear? So what they have done, this 93,750 we have pulled out from minority interest and we have taken up. So this they have put it into minority interest. They have not carefully just taken up. In every problem they just do like that. In one problem they are very careful, in another problem they are not careful, and in some problems the upstream downstream sales they mix it up. But under examination condition instruction will properly be provided. Don't worry about that. Is that clear? So before we could proceed for the break, now tell me as what is that we should do. One of you please summarize as what we have done. Sandhya, could you tell? Especially on 22, people are having a little, what should I say, extra. See, why I have just shown institute study material is that it is there. I have not developed from somewhere from CMA material, ACCA material and all that. I am not bringing out any sort of fear in your mind. I am just telling you it is an institute property. From there only I am just solving. Tell. See, we have to do it separately for preference share capital. So when we have just worked out goodwill or capital reserve, if that is matching, rest of which they don't give much of an importance there. I am not saying that you should not give importance. There can be a case where proposed preference dividend and equity dividend they would have allowed it under minority interest. Say for example in this case, how much they have taken up in proposed preference dividend, we do not know. So schedule number 5 should tell us. What is that they are given? They are given 720 and 770 alone as that part. Only this. This 93, 750 what we have pulled out from minority interest, they are not done, which is included under minority interest only. So they are a little liberal and we are a little strict. So because of being liberal, don't get the impression you have to fall like that. Next problem, they will be very strict like this. Are you understanding? I am not joking. And more so sometimes, they may not give that much of importance for upstream and downstream. They will take everything as downstream only. You have got to be very careful. Are you clear about this? This is question number 5, practice manual. So after attending the class, if you find that you are in a position to handle the way in which it is given in the institute material, not the same format you have to follow. Follow this format, but you will reach that destination, no problem at all. The way in which they have done, it will take more time and becomes very difficult to crack. Are you following the entire work?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So maybe afternoon, I don't want to take up consolidation, a little break. Then we will take up tomorrow. So you go home and practice and come, then it will be fine. Otherwise it will be a bouncer, indigestion problem. Soon after lunch, you will just go for a definite dosing. Correct or incorrect? So when things are not moving, no, you will just go for a dosing. So we will take up accounting standards post lunch session. An hour you can take. We'll just get back after an hour's time. Okay. Thank you. In case of any difficulty, please just do feel free in telling. Possibly we may extend 1 hour in the evening also. Okay. So don't go out saying that I have a fear. So I'm just trying to reduce that ward of the fire. This is the way you have got to do. You are in a position to crack it faster. Don't go by 10 steps duplication as how others are doing. It's a waste of time. So when a person is not having any work, let him do like that only. 10 methods, 10 steps, 11 steps and all that. Without really knowing what they are doing. So now every step you are in a position to correlate with your consolidation. I myself should not be telling. You should feel it. Okay. Thank you. We'll just meet after an hour's time.